Okay, guys, let's do a final recap of the Ford Lightning. And you're probably wondering why I'm saying a final recap. Is that just final for this video? We're wrapping it up? Or could that mean something else? Maybe that's why I'm saying final. Yep, guys. Some of you are going to be happy with this. Some of you are going to be heartbroken like me. JH, he definitely will say that EV needed to die. It's polluting our earth, and it needed to go anyways. When I was in Florida shooting the Cleveson cars and the 2.4 hours of Les Mullets, I did loan this truck out to a friend of mine. She was, minding her own business and pulling out into the main intersection. She was stopped on a crossroad, and another vehicle careened out of control and smashed into the side of the Ford Lightning. In essence, probably totaled this vehicle. I'm working with insurance right now, talking with them to see. They believe it probably is totaled as well, with the airbag deployment, the cab intrusion, and if there's any other specific parts to the Ford Lightning that are damaged. It's going to be very difficult to get parts right now, and the rebuild time would take forever. And quite frankly, the last thing I want is a vehicle that they give back to me without a massive depreciation for Carfax report saying, airbags deployed. You guys all know that will absolutely destroy the value of a vehicle. So this being the last review for now, maybe I'll get another one. I don't know. But I thought I'd give you a good recap. The positives about this vehicle. I absolutely love this vehicle. It was a great daily driver. I love just plugging it in at night. I didn't have to plug it in all the time. I could forget about it. It has a 300-mile range. That's a real 300-mile range, and I was driving, kind of crazy and stuff, testing this thing, and it would still do 300 miles. I could plug in and weld off of the back outlets of this thing. I think other Fords have that option, but this one in particular has a stronger 240 amp. And I love just the driving characteristics of the truck. It does need like an air ride. I think that would improve it dramatically. Like that you see in the higher end vehicles. Maybe Escalades have that. I know the Range Rover has it, the Mercedes and my Audi and some other ones. That is such a clutch thing, especially when you're towing. It compensates, makes it less bouncy and more reactive, and a tighter, firmer drive when you want it. It also, it doesn't, hold on real quick. Oh, sorry about that. The other thing is, when you're loading and unloading, it's nice to be able to adjust the air ride up and down into the ball, especially when you're by yourself. I find that really convenient. So I definitely think it needs air ride. And when people are going to bag on it for the tow mileage, 150, 160, 170 miles is probably what I'm guessing this thing would ultimately do, towing that boat of 4,500 pounds. The range to me is not that big of a deal if I'm going to be towing around town and doing something like that. The network is the problem here, guys. There is no network designed to cater to EV truck guys that are towing long distances or towing out of town. That's just not in the cards right now, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. You're going to need a big gas station chain to basically convert a whole bunch of areas so that you can pull up, not unhook your trailer, be able to do a rapid charge that's reliable and dependable. We've seen that in other videos, that the network is not that great. It doesn't tell you if they're broken or not online, so you may pull up to them and they aren't what you thought they were, or what they advertised them to be, or they may be broken. Tesla dominates that world. Their network is what sets them apart. You can basically drive anywhere now already and make sure that you have a rapid charger within range of where you're going. And it makes that process so much better. I know this expensive truck and the EV world is not going to be a part of us for, 4, 5, 10 years for a lot of people to actually finally jump over and try one out. But once you finally have one, and you get used to the characteristics of an EV, they're not bad. The thing that I think is fueling a lot of the polarization of the EV world is politics. Guys, if you can delete politics from this, if you can delete freaking global warming and all of our beliefs about that, and clean energy and pollution and all this stuff that the politicians want to push on us and use this as a political device to get votes, guys, wake up. Delete all that from your brain. Let's just use this truck, like I did, for example, as just another vehicle in the arsenal of vehicles you may have. And is it a good vehicle? Does it compare to your other ICE vehicles? 1000% yes. This to me is superior to a gas or diesel vehicle driving around town. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to say that over and over. You can go home and charge it like you charge your phone every day. It's peaked off and ready to go 300 miles. How often do you guys have that? You never have that with a diesel at your house. You have to go to a gas station. You do have to spend time there. So time spent at a gas station compared to time spent charging. If you are a run around town and go home at night type of driver, the electric world is going to be so much better. So if you did have to drive out of town, for example, and you spent an hour to 2 hours charging at different stations, think about all the times you are not going to gas stations for the last 3, 4, 5 months before you drove out of town, before you really need to go a long distance and utilize the EV charging network beside your home. You're not out getting gas. You're not running late. You're not, because of this and that, you have to go get gas. Your car is really going to be topped off and charged every day with a 300-mile range. That's superior to anything out there. And I absolutely love that thought. It was a really nice change of pace, and I was really, really enjoying this truck. It surprised me in a lot of ways. I thought I would actually want more power. It has plenty of power, and it drives really, really nice. It's quiet. The downsides are, now that it was in an accident, I can't open the trunk bed. I mean, there's probably some sort of manual release back there. But little stuff like that, it's kind of annoying that you deal with electric vehicles. So, and that's more modern vehicles, I have to say. So overall, I love this thing. It is a bummer. I will rebuild it if I can. And, the ultimate thing that I want to do with this is, yes, drive it 10 feet underwater and turn it into a submarine. I think everybody wants to know that. Can this thing drive underwater? I think it's the number one thing you think about when you buy an electric truck is, can it drive underwater? And these manufacturers just aren't doing the proper tests for you guys. So that's what I'm here for, especially with these electric vehicles. So with all that said, guys, I'm sure we'll be back on the channel at some point. But for now, we're taking a small break from this electric car or truck world, and I promise we'll pick it up as soon as we can next year. And it is the truck again. I promise you, it will be 10 feet underwater. And remember, guys, I love it when you guys are subscribing and commenting and everything else. You guys have been amazing. I'm going to have an awesome merch drop coming up soon. I'm going to have a giveaway truck very, very soon, and trying to do all this in the next week or so. So stay tuned. And remember, that's just another day chilling with Chet. That was 50. All right, now we're gonna do a test of the turning radius. I need more space, fat girl. There we go. Good for a broken knee. This. And soon, I'm gonna walk you through all the special quirks and features. Then, I'm gonna get inside and give it a full driving review and give you my Chet score. But first, I don't know where to start. It always wants my hands on the steering wheel. Let's see what happens when I don't listen. So if I don't resume control, what's it gonna do? Oh, did you feel that? It juked the brakes on, it's juking the brakes. Dude, why'd you just call 911? My driver's dead. Oh, it was false alarm, false alarm. Just gotta show my support for all my diesel repair guys. You know, you never know when they're gonna need to work on one of these trucks. Thanks, Mike. Run a hell of a shop. Now JH, he's never done anything great for me. Everything I've taken to him is just, it breaks immediately. He's a terrible mechanic. I'd say every single time I go out for a drive of more than a mile or more, I probably floor it at least once. That's usually to pull out or pass a vehicle or do something. It's just the way I drive. So definitely insurance if you're watching, tune this one off. Don't watch anymore. Ooh. Ow. 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 It's a lot bigger than I thought. Can you push the button now?